Ronda Comentaryo. Direkta, valiente, inuay pabor-pabor. Ronda Comentaryo. Opinyon lang, nuay personalan.
Goldfinger, he's the man with the widest
Ronda Comentaryo ya. Buenos días Pilipinas. Dia de Barangay. Celebrar Dia de Zamboanga de Barangay. Vitalia, Saura, Barangay pa. Buenas. Welcome, aquí na programa RC Ronda Comentaryo. Para este día, viernes, fecha 26, mes de febrero, año 2021, quiere decir Día de mga Barangay. Día de Zamboanga. Finger mali. Ako na ba kung Colonel Recler Dia de Barangay. Welcome. Ang distansya conmigo hasta las 7. Ang distansya también kanatun el datun mga engineer sa na transmitter side. Engineer Ray Caruba junto con Richard D. Aquí na studio el piloto alisto. Menta pa yung si Chief Guapito. Engineer JR Meot. Junto pa siyempre kung double papa Peter P. Ako na supervision technical and datun Chief Tech Engineer Roland Baillo. Tabira el entero operasyon del RPN Zamboanga. Tabira el entero operasyon del RPN Zamboanga, TV5, CNN Philippines. Y también el radio, Facebook, YouTube, International News, International Reporter pa. Di yung sobrina ko si Mayper Casino na basilan, nalamitan. Buenos días contigo, May. Otra vez, también al entero operación del RPN Zamboanga, TV5, CNN Philippines, también radio, Facebook, YouTube, International News, International Reporter pa. Uy, aquí lo sé. No es na otro. Que la cena D-Triple X, 1008 kHz. Dayan na de ustedes, AM Band. Radio Station Manager, Sir David Roland Ramos. Allí siyempre mga double R, Ronda Reporter. Una ita International Reporter, desde Kota Kinabalu, Sabah, East Malaysia. International Reporter, Ronda Nico Pabian. Edisyon komentaryo, obserbasyon na barangay. Obserbasyon ang pagbabago volunteer Ronda Colonel Rex Mirabite. Kaya siyempre mga aktibong bibo live naman Ronda RG Antonego, Ronda Tita Tess Espartero, Ronda ABR April Boy Regino. On standby si Eder of the Towel Do, si Joe Roland or Ho Roland. Sabes, ustedes Barcada Goldfinger po lamang tama. Te-invita con ustedes, man distancia kita hasta a las 7. Aquí na CR. Aquí na RC Ronda Comentaryo. Sanay. Oh, sabi ito, wigat Laura. Probablemente anoche. Ito pensa conmigo, sabi you love me.
Eyes have
Said, conmigo tamira, De veras, si sueña tú conmigo. Thank you.
growing now.
Morning, girl. Tulang yun. Okay, buenas. Buenos días. Dia de Zamboanga. Dia de Barangay.
Crying on the rain.
Manda sila, si Kerry Bla. Dia de Barangay. Hasta ara, Barangay Palma. Vitali.
To go back where love.
Buenos días con el mga nurse. Nurse tubiyan niya na Lamitan City Emergency Hospital. Especialmente mi sobrina, si Jaika Madera Manuel. Bueno, recibían esta report de afuera desde con Ronda ABR, Ronda April Boy Regino.
Ronda Report.
11 minutos ya después de alas 6 programa Ronda Comentaryo. Recibita report desde fuera ABR, April Boy Regino. Good morning, ¿qué tal el report?
Yes, good morning también contigo, Ronda Finger, y también con los radio listeners de este tiempo. Días kita este tiempo de Zamboanga. ¿Va? De Zamboanga, de Zamboanga, este tiempo ba? Alegre ba? El día tú mga konsekwente.
Pensaba yun, dia de barangay.
Na notisya. Komentaryo.
Otro na pinipiti ng Figaro. Ako saya.
Okay.
Tapasabi ba? Por eso. Nagkigalit tayo. Debo.
Amo que what tiempo que donde Ronda Finger mga vecinos. So, quiero decir, día kita este mga tiempo de Zamboanga.
Dia de Zamboanga.
Holiday gitara. Fiesta oficial. Oo.
Di olvida yo?
Olvida to? Pero con el morning, hindi to olvida.
At ang bata tarik kumigo.
Namo ganin, no? Oo.
Tan utoy-utoy
Okay.
katal bata. Mali si Goldfinger, por eso.
Amo siguro, no? Okay.
Utoy-utoy ka.
And that's on report. Este mga tiyan from Finger, no? Donde gana yung alcanza se valor del alegasyon na 600,800 vecinos valor del alegasyon ya pwede kupiska con el alegado drug pusher. La report banda se a las 11:30 anoche, febrero 25, 2021, el 7 miembro del Station Drug Enforcement Team del Zamboanga City, Ayala Police Station 9, la encabezada dato na Station Commander si Police Major Orlin Pardillo, Pardillo Leyte, que donde ha conducido un bypass operation al parte del Son Juan, Barangay Ayala, y resulta en arresto de este gane sospechoso persona, nombrado como si Rico Lápiz y Aragón, a.k.a. 26 años de edad, un construction worker residente del mencionado lugar. Mientras usted también compañero nombrado como si Raven Zamora y Francisco, a.k.a. Raven, 19 años de edad, residente de Son Juan, Barangay Talisayan, Asigon, amos el ranking o top 6 mga vecinos y también el top 7 drug personality alin na mencionado a estación y según hindi esto miembro del Forbis. Durante la operación ya pwede kanila ma-recover na nila posesyon a 16 pedazos sa siya sa container de aligaw siya mo y alcanza gan ese valor de 600,800 o digo 600,000 mga vecinos de 800 que donde gane el valor de aligaw siya mo y también tiene un gramo y también un yellow stick coins pouch, tiene también un pack Marlboro cigarrillo y también el 2 pedazos como el mark money. Presentamente este mga tiempo se gane a 2 sospechosas personas salíase de una celda del mencionado estación. Mientras tanto, la otro report este mga tiempo na initial report sa Chief Ronald Finger, no? Dos hermano biktima de Taho na sitio Balintawak, Upper Barangay Pamukutan na anoche mga vicios del día de jueves. Muerto un víctima identificado como si Alex Manuel y Ventura, 49 años de edad. So, mientras con el hermano también, ya puede tan identificar como si Eddie Boy Manuel y Ventura, 45 años de edad. So, siguro niliba con los para na hospital por causa kay montón de herida o montón de tajo na depende también de su cuerpo. Eso sospecho también que Kachempo, bayaw y sobrino lang del mga biktima. Ya, na donde ka na sigon, Kachempo, ya tiene estos, kita, sobre cuánto también diferencia, ambos mga pamilya. Así con el ya sospechado se más tiempo, ya detiene así na, about na Ayala Police Station 9, donde según investigane identifica con también con el sospechado, nombra como si Dario Galo y Sincero, 46 años de edad, y también se le retrasó también si el sospechado, nombra como si un tal Bobby. Así con estos incidentes de Tajo, mga vecinos, simple lang o pagkita yan sila pagkita pelea mga vecinos entre pamilya ito mga vecinos ayuda lang basta diferensya pero sigon por causa gani mga vecinos no entupan estos after resulta kanina Tajo el unoli mga tiempo muerto mga vecinos sabi ko soto también si causa el motivo so original pagkita de incidente si por qué y resulta na Tajo gani de incidente y a causa pa vida baga vecinos. So esa na dato masisiente desde que apórate vosotros Ronda de Provido, taman Ronda.
Gracias, Ronda. April Boy Regino.
Ronda Report.
17 minutos ya después de a las 6 kita programa si RC Ronda Comentaryo, reporte de afuera, si hoy aquel ya se queda claro, hindi beneficiario del porpis. Bueno, recibe también kita reporte de afuera con Ronda, Tita Tess Espartero. Tita Tess, good morning.
Ronda Report.
Tita Tess, good morning.
Good morning contigo, Ronda Goldfinger. Y también tabas la Happy Fiesta de daton o Ciudad de Zamboanga. Actualmente no está celebrando ese día de Zamboanga y ese día también tiene ganit conmemoración al mismo na daton ating Bolívar. Actualmente Ronda Goldfinger daton na noticias ese día. Ayer conduce también el Kadiwa program del Departamento de Agricultura. Alias saya conduce na barangay Vitali donde puede kita mira ali mga diferentes mga tabende-bende especialmente sa mga gulay, mga prutas itamen mga pescaw na barato presyo. Actualmente ese Kadiwa ese el Departamento de Agricultura para con aquellos aseguno puede gane compra na barato presyo igual es diferencia de 10 para 20 peso. Según pa mismo con el dato portavoz del Departamento de Agricultura Ma'am Cherry Cadiz que asegun Tunele por eso el dato mga frutas asegun también de esos mga gulay mucho de ese estaba na parte monte especialmente na barangay La Paz kaya mga el barangay kita produce naton mga fresco gulay también mga frutas el pescado también mga lokon barato el presyo por causa sabi man kita mga lokon también mga kangreho pwede talino aliste el planta on del barangay Vitali. So, mas Ronda Goldfinger, mas reciente noticia de Singapura, Tess Espartero, taman Ronda.
Gracias, Ronda. Tita Tess Espartero.
Ronda Report.
Minutos ya después de a las 6, report desde afuera con Ronda, Tita Tess Espartero. Ang precio gallo, no? Mandag ta ko na si pelea, Ronda Tess, kusaman. O te queda el noticia local. Antes el Leo Calot con di Mamsi Perez, oh. Buenos días, aquí el noticia local. A las 6:15 anoche, 6 personajes de la Police Station 3 o Culianan Police, el Sangali Police, encabezado si Police Major Albert R. Alparo, y conduci bypass operation kontra droga ilegal, allí na sitio Kalang, Barangay Sangali. Y resulta na aresto di Jimar Sabudin y Abdurrahim, 37 años de edad, casado, no hay trabajo. Ustedes, antes si reporta si Ronda April Virgino, bypass operation, el arrestado, hindi beneficiario del porpis. Pero si Jimar Sabudin y Abdurrahim, 37 años de edad, casado, no hay trabajo, pero beneficiario del porpis. Residente de Purok Pitas, Barangay Bolong. Y confisca na posisyon del sospechado el 6 plastic sachet. Contiene el poco más y menos 5.88 gramos de sospechado shabu. Tiene valor de poco más y menos 40,000 de pesos. Y puede también confiscar na posisyon del sospechado el un coin purse. Y puede también descubrir el 2 pedazo 100 peso bill como el mark money. El sospechado tayo ahora na kustudiya del Police Station 3 o Sangali Police en preparación para na plantada propio caso na korte. Todo yung recovery item llevan a Zamboanga City Crime Laboratory Office para period. Otra pa noticia. Oigan ustedes buenamente, tale lang nyo el spot report. Así claro, tale lang nyo el spot report. A las 4 ayer tarde, así claro, a las 4 ayer tarde, un concerned citizen llaman a Police Station 3 o Sangali Police y a reportar según tiene quema ocurrir na fishing port complex allí na Barangay Sangali, particularmente na sleeping quarters del un compañía. Enseguida el personal del Police Station 3 junto con el mga personal del Bureau Fire. Enseguida si andan na lugar del incidente. Ya pueden mirar 4 sleeping quarters totalmente o raised to the ground ya quema. El quema, argumente a principio na acá 3 sleeping quarter na ocupa kanda Dominic Teleron y De La Cruz. Tiene live-in partner, ya conoce como si Heidi Banquerigo, Elitisma, 35 años el edad, soltera. Asigun si Heidi, takema paya, no, para usagan, katanya mo sila, para sa huma. Uy, ustedes, el mga personajes de la Bureau of Fire Protection, Kenya anda con el mira con el incendio, ya declara aquí a las 3 de la tarde fire out. A las 4 quema y fire out a las 3. Or balis ka teste, pero yo tableo, ya le lang yo el spot report. Claro, el personaje del Bureau of Fire Protection ya declara con el quema o con el incendio a las 3 de la tarde, fire out. Quema a las 4, fire out a las 3. Ya lo lang, baka mali el computer. Tao lang nagkamali, el computer. Y también el Bureau of Fire, el quema ay costa 150,000 damage to property. 25 minutos ya después de a las 6 que el programa el Ronda Comentaryo. Después de la noticia local, también el report desde con el de Atun International Reporter Ronda Nico Pabian.
Ronda Report.
Desde Kota Kinabalu, Sabah is Malaysia. Daton international reporter Ronda Comentaryo. Good morning, buenos dias. Salamat pagi.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Good morning, buenos dias contigo. Apareng, buenos dias también con nadia mga listeners. Kanta uwi ko nadia itong programa este mga tiempo. And of course, como siempre, akere kita ase pasasaludo con el diaton mga overseas Filipino workers y también con el mga frontliners ali na Pilipinas, aquí na Malaysia y otra pa parte aquí na mundo. Como siempre, si Nico Fabian, takin ako takin na balu para dali con ustedes el más mga recientes noticias que tiene kita aquí. But of course, before anything else, I would like to pass a very warm greetings contigo pareng el Dia de Zamboanga con el diatun station manager si Mr. Roland Ramos, con el diatun barkada si Tonying Mauling, con el diatun barkada si April Boy Regino, Tita Tess, si Antoinette Go, si Dungdung Luna también, el diatun barkada también el habla kita si JR alina studio y también todo con el mga engineers alina station diaton. I would like to say habla kita happy Zamboanga City Dia de Zamboanga con ustedes todo. And of course, makita ulida, mang-greet ko ng mga Zamboangueños, both mga locals or blue-blooded Zamboangueños, as well as the migrant population, which we call them now as Zamboangueños. Kay tadiya ko sila yakeda na Zamboanga, i-accepte sila ang tradition and culture del mga Zamboangueño, i-alegre sila, aliya sila taesta na Zamboanga. So to everybody, once again, I would like to say happy Dia de Zamboanga. Okay, habla kita celebration, kita celebra el de itong mga barkadas, ali na Pilipinas y también aquí na Malaysia. Ali na Zamboanga, ta celebra kita el Dia de Zamboanga y también aquí na Malaysia y otro pa mga nasyon ta celebra también el last day of Chinese New Year, which falls today, and we call it Chap Gome. But antes mangkwento kita acerca Chap Gome, mangkwento anay kita un poco acerca el Zamboanga celebration, el Dia de Zamboanga. Apareng, correct me if I'm wrong, based on what I learned before, and if correct kita, remember kita, it was on October 12, 1936, donde ya saligan officially nombrado el Zamboanga City as a chartered city. It was in October 12, 1936. So, chede del diato mga barkadas, proimo, sa pregunta, so, por qué na February 26 ta celebra kita el Dia de Zamboanga? Now, I was made to understand that as the bata payo, that the first celebration held para habla kita celebrakan as the Dia de Zamboanga was held on February 26, 1937. And it was during October 12, 1936, y también during el February 26, 1937, donde el diatun alcalde de Zamboanga, si Mayor Nicasio Valderosa, muli el diatun na Mayor Alina Zamboanga. And hindi ito olvida, Alina Zamboanga, tiene pa kita siyempre el alcalde Alina Zamboanga, donde ya sale nombrado gane as Valderosa Street. So this is a very important kita celebration Alina Zamboanga, because it reminds us cuando ya queda chartered city el Zamboanga City. So nobody can deny también apareng that since 1936 until today, Zamboanga City experienced also a lot of developments, no? Chinik na mga developments from Calesa lang al diatong transportation antes, bahagat lang, kaya kita tricycle, kaya kita mga taxi, mga jeep, abal-abal yung gani aura. Iya pwede tamin kita obserba from 1936 hasta este mga tiempo, ya tiene kita diferente public facilities ali. Like for example, International Airport, El Diatuna International Wharf, and ya tiene kita mucho universities ali na Zamboanga, ya tiene kita mga blagani kita national offices, regional offices ali na Zamboanga. Yeah, subi habla kita standard of living ali na Zamboanga since 1936 hasta ese mga tiempo. Although there are still a lot of rooms for improvement ali, but nobody can deny that Zamboanga City is progressing. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, mucho agad din mga foreign countries donde Altamira sila con el Zamboanga City as a potential place for them to expand business operation, y después Altamira también sila con el Zamboanga as very habla kita potential para na negosyo para man-improve. We have seen kita mga Malaysians, we have seen mga Vietnamese businessmen, Thailanders, people from Japan, people from Germany, people from United States, donde invest gani sila alin na Zamboanga, because Zamboanga, whether we like it or not, and the nearby areas alin na Zamboanga, we are very rich in natural resources. So this is something that we should look into and improve. Mamuyabla ka kita, nisisita pa ka kita, or there is still a lot of rooms for improvement alin na Zamboanga, and we should always remember that Zamboanga, whether we like it or not, is progressing, and we should give full support to the government para por lo menos gani, the aton city will further progress. But of course, changing of mindset na dito mga government officers, city officials, conviene también gani kambya para asa kita mas pronto progreso alina sa Zamboanga. For example, tabla gani kita di aton status alina sa Zamboanga, if we can move one more step upward from city lang, si pwede kita asagane probinsya di aton lugar kay grande kon este area. This is one thing that we can look into for the future of our children, not exactly for our kita convenience. Kaya sabi mo kita, to también iyo, of course, di aton na Barkada, which is very vocal on this advocacy, si Colonel Rex Miravite, which I think is doing a good job. So nisisita kita dali habla kita suporta con este klase mga habla kita advocacy para bien di aton y bien de todo, especialmente con di aton mga coming up generations. Pamo kita, we are already Jurassic, habla kita or Nachabacano, habla kita gente de antes, but we are trying to do our responsibilities as responsible kita citizens para progress sa Zamboanga. But there is also one thing I would like to share with you, parang también con natin mga followers sa niya, that while we are trying to do everything para progress sa Zamboanga, let us also be cautious and habla kita cuidado na di aton habla kita advocacy. When we talk about Zamboanga City, let us also always remember that promoting Zamboanga City must be done properly. Let us not pass a wrong message, that information kung nandiyato mga viewers or kung nandiyato mga followers that Zamboanga City is stagnant, Zamboanga City is not progressing. So let us tell the truth. Sa progresa kita, mas hinay-hinay, but let us tell the truth and never gani kita pasa mga comments that Zamboanga City is going down. Kaya we should remember that we are trying to promote ko na Zamboanga City, and any negative abla kita comments that we are giving out. Now it will affect the atun efforts to promote Zamboanga City not only domestically but also internationally. So far so good. I strongly believe that Zamboanga City is still progressing, and everybody is cooperating when it comes to tapikura ayuda ko na Zamboanga City progressa. Okay, talking about the ato na Chinese New Year akin na Sabah, I would like to inform nakita ko na dito mga followers también that today, Malaysia, particularmente también aquí na Sabah, we are celebrating the last day of Chinese New Year. The Chinese New Year celebration kickstart February 12, and as what I told you earlier, Chinese New Year celebration is a 15-day celebration, and today is the 15th day, and in other words, we are celebrating the last day of Chinese New Year ke nombraw gane tabla kita Chap Gome. To all the Chinese community or people who are celebrating Chap Gome aquí na Malaysia, I would like to say Kong Si Fa Chai, con ustedes, and be careful. Como table el gobierno del Malaysia, let us be very careful when celebrating kahit an experience pa gani kita pandemia or pandemic entero país de Malaysia, although aquí na Sabah taabahaya gani el numero del positive cases aquí. So far na Sabah, ayer sa na-reportao 93 cases lang. And na Malaysia, throughout Malaysia, sa na-reportao a total of 1,924 positive cases aquí. And pwede kita obserba, obviously, that the number of cases taabahaya. Now, to the Filipino communities as well as to all Sabahans and Malaysians here, I would like to inform to all of you that the federal government has finally kita announced that starting March 11 next month now starting March 11 mag-impose siya con el 10,000 ringgit penalty for those who are violating standard operating procedures, the COVID-19 or protocols. So bien alte agot previously the fine is only 1,000 ringgit, pero aura 10,000 niya. 10,000 ringgit, si mang-convert kita na peso, i-check lang kita, 1:10 niya lang. So in other words, 10,000 ringgit is equivalent to 100,000 pesos. I-grande ako esta cantidad, perde un Filipino si man violate con el SOP y también other protocols aquí na Malaysia or aquí na Sabah. Pwede también kita sabi kay el vaccine intended for Sabah, ligaya gani ayer aquí na Kota Kinabalu, and receiving gani ese vaccine Pfizer and biotech vaccine, receiving gani di atun spokesman for kita for COVID-19, si Dato Sri Masidi Manjun. So we were also made to understand that Sabah is ready for the kick-off of this vaccination program throughout Sabah starting March 4. We were also made to understand that Chief Minister Akina Sabah will be the first recipient to receive vaccination today. So again, we are calling all the Filipinos aquí na Sabah, si pwede ustedes do not kita hesitate to take this ganita vaccine kaya para bien de todo o para bien de ustedes y para bien de todo. The vaccine is being given away for free, including el mga illegal immigrants. Sino ay ustedes mga papeles, wala kayong mga papeles at saka nandito kayo ngayon sa Sabah, na pakina lang, no? Pakina lang, come out and submit yourself for vaccination. You can register through the My Setara vaccine application dyan sa mga handphones ninyo, sa mga computers ninyo, or else you can go direct to any health centers, any medical clinics or any hospitals throughout the state akin at Sabah and register yourself. So para por lo menos pwede nga kita ayuda ko ng gobyerno del Sabah y también ko ng gobyerno del Malaysia man-contain niya gani o solve ya gani ese problema de COVID-19 aquí na país. So ese pa rin, el latest developments que ano tiene kita aquí na Malaysia or aquí na Sabah otra vez si Nico Fabian na kiragat ma-remind ko no, always keep safe and say no to coronavirus. Kung el mga vivientes de Zamboanga, I would like to say once again, happy kita Dia de Zamboanga and ojalá imbuenamente ustedes a celebrar el occasion and it should be peaceful and kita no hay problema when it comes to el Diaton health protocols. Nico Fabian once again saying thank you very much for making me a part of your day today. Gracias and God bless us all.
Ronda Report.
Gracias, Ronda. Nico Pabian desde Kota Kinabalu, Sabah, East Malaysia. Ante kita recibir el report di Colonel Rex Mirvite. Leani ko neste mensahe que envía natin si Ma'am C. Perez Corto neste. You do not want sacrifices and offerings, but you have prepared a body for me. Hebrew chapter 10 verse 5, Psalm 40 verse 6. Good morning to all of you. El di su komentaryo, obserbasyon, konsumisyon, opinyon, el di atong pagbabago volunteer, Ronda Colonel Rex Mirabite. Good morning and happy barangay. Happy barangay.
Hello, Goldfinger.
Yes.
May buntak na.
Happy celebration barangay.
84th year anniversary of Barangays of Zamboanga City.
Yes.
Or in short, Dia de Zamboanga Barangay. I would like to greet our international reporter Nico Fabiano for a very good comment in connection with this celebration. Anyway, let me recall a brief history of Zamboanga, Goldfinger.
Yes.
The barangays have the same age with Zamboanga when it became a city in 1936. No? Vitali is the most developed barangay outside of Zamboanga City proper in the 1960s. It has a class restaurant named Pampanganya Restaurant. Pagadian and Ipolog were still barangays in the 1930s. Suwid Lamitan in the 1960s, together with Ipil that did not even have a carinderia in 1960s. The buses flying sa mga city Pagadian and vice versa schedule their breakfast, lunch, and dinner in Vitali like Alawi Bus Company, Bukidnon Bus Company, Zamboanga Transportation Company, owned by the Mindos of Zamboanga City, the Barandino Bus Company from Basilan, and Zamboanga Bus Company from Dipolog. The contemporary barangays Vitali like General Santos, Coronadal, Polo Molok of South Cotabato, Kidapawan of North Cotabato, Isulan and Tacorong of Sultan Kudarat are now cities, while Vitali has remained a barangay, so with other larger barangays up to now. What a pity to the people of some barangays who are selling their lands and remained as workers and laborers of the land they formerly owned due to lack of employment and business opportunities. This is a very sad reality. But as we celebrate 84th year anniversary of Barangays Zamboanga City, the people of larger far-flung barangays are still hoping against hope that one day they will also progress like those cities and municipalities under the province. There are two options where larger barangays of Zamboanga City in far-flung areas can become a town or municipality. First option, if a province is created 10-kilometer radius outside of Zamboanga City, while the highly urbanized city of Zamboanga will remain as such with one congressional district. Second option, if the barangays adjacent to Sibugay in the east coast and Zamboanga del Norte in the west coast are annexed to these neighboring provinces. It will be recalled that Basilan Island was a part of Zamboanga when it became a city in 1936, but because of neglect by the city officials, Basilan was divorced are some of the recollections as far as Sambuanga City is concerned. And because of that divorce of Basilan in Sambuanga City, from Sambuanga City, it might also happen that some of these barangays in the neighboring provinces will also divorce if they are not given a chance to become a municipality or a town. Di ba? Kan? Maglutunger? Hello.
Yes. Sige lang.
So, like before, Bulingan was a part of Zamboanga City, di ba? The
Yes.
address of Bulingan was Bulingan, Lamitan, Basilan, Zamboanga City. But because of neglect by our city officials during those days, Basilan was separated from Zamboanga. It became a separate city. So, if we become a province, no, not necessarily the entire Zamboanga, but the 10-kilometer radius away from Zamboanga City proper, we will have a lot of privileges because if a province is created, there will be era for the province, separate era, di ba?
Yes.
And we will have a separate era for the municipalities or towns, and we will continue to receive era for our barangays. You see the advantages? So there will be faster development and easier delivery of basic services to the people in the different areas. I still recall that in 1960, I used to travel already from Pagadian to Zamboanga City because Zamboanga City and Basilan City were under the operational jurisdiction of Zamboanga del Sur Provincial Command, where I was assigned during my early days in the military. So I am very familiar. For the past 60 years, no, I have been traveling from Pagadian to Zamboanga and vice versa. And those barangays in Zamboanga del Sur that were smaller barangays before are now progressive municipalities, while Bitali has remained a barangay up to now. So, if Bitali will become a municipality, it will have a bigger era, di ba? ERA is Internal Revenue Allotment. It will have a bigger area and development can easily be applied. And of course, the province itself has an ERA also coming from the national government. So the barangays that will maintain their ERA in the respective areas if a province is created. Zamboanga City will be more progressive if a province is created 10 kilometers away from the center of the city, because if the province is progressive, it will contribute also to the progress of Zamboanga City, di ba?
Yes.
Because Zamboanga City is the entry and exit points of agricultural products and business opportunities. So, with an example in General Santos City. General Santos City is surrounded by progressive provinces of Sarangani, South Cotabato, North Cotabato, Sultan Kudarat, and partly by Davao del Sur. So, what is General Santos now? When General Santos was only a barangay when Zamboanga City became a city in 1936. So, these are the advantages if you are a province, if you belong to a province. If you are a barangay but you belong to a province.
Ang mga opisyal natin, hindi man siguro sila ignorante. Alam man nila kung anong nangyari sa Tawi-Tawi nung naging probinsyang Tawi-Tawi. 'Di ba?
Correct. I was in Tawi-Tawi for 2 years, no, 1960.
Maganda, naging well-developed ang Tawi-Tawi nung naging probinsya na siya.
Yeah, because before, people in Tawi-Tawi used to go to Hulo.
Yes,
traveling one day and one night.
Under
just to
Hulo lang
visit
sila
that.
dati. Under Sulu.
Yeah, they were under Sulu. And I experienced there for 2 years in Tawi-Tawi. It was a lousy island. But when it became a separate province from Sulu, it has
Biro nyo,
developed.
kung hindi pa province ang Tawi-Tawi, yung Taganak, tingnan yung Taganak ngayon, ang ganda. Ang Taganak, dati sitio lang, yung munisipyo na siya.
Yeah. At saka Langoyan. Before
Yun.
Langoyan was just a barangay.
Kung saan
Now
sila
it
na,
is municipality.
mga matba, no? Mga matba,
Where
diba?
millionaires are actual residents of Langoyan.
Mm.
Most of the rich people in Tawi-Tawi are from Langoyan
Yes, so,
and Bunga, of course. No? So, these are the advantages if we have a province. But anyway, I hope that our local officials will wake up one day because there is no other solution to these problems that we are experiencing now in Zamboanga City, over congestion, over population. So the only way is to develop the far-flung barangay so that people there will remain and they will not be all coming to the city proper anymore because they will have their own local government there in their respective municipalities. But Zamboanga City will continue to progress because the population is fast increasing, di ba?
Yes.
Pag let us say 5 years from now, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, I tell you, if we remain like this after 10 or 20 years, nothing will happen to us in Zamboanga City. Our grandchildren will suffer. Di na bali tayo because we will
Wala na. Yung nga mga seniors na nakausap ko, taga doon banda sa Bitali, taga Mangguso, yung sabi nila, tayo wala na. Pero yung mga future generation ang magkanyan, makinabang.
Yun ang may imagination, ano? We are not doing this for ourselves. We are doing this for the next, for the people of the next generation. Because nakikita natin what will happen to the city if nothing is done to further develop the far-flung area.
Yung mga opisyal, di ba nila anticipate kung anong mangyari kung maging province? Hindi sila nag-anticipate yan?
Well, actually, ang nangyari kasi dito, kung sa Bisaya pa, nagpabilit ang pagkalaog ba? Laog.
Oo.
Selfishness, greediness are still there. Because, right now, tingnan mo, we are proud to be the 5th richest city in the country, no? Number 5, no? Not only Mindanao, I think, pero tingnan mo mga tao sa barangay, they are suffering. Di ba?
Yes. Oh.
Marami kang pira pero ang pamilya mo nagsasuffer. Can you consider that as rich? You are rich personally. But officially your people are suffering. Dito sa Zamboanga, no, I really pity some of our people. Nakakaawa ba? Kasi dati mga landowner sila, di ba? Pumunta rito mga taga-pasulta, may pera, binibinta yung lupa nila, at saka namimilis lang kung sino pagbinta nila. Ang preference nila ay taga-pasulta. Basilan, Sulutawi-Tawi, buyers. Kasi walang patawad.
Walang patawad.
Walang patawad.
Walang tawad.
Ibig sabihin, hindi na tumatawad.
Yes. Oh.
So, ang kawawa dito, itong mga landowners, kasi ang condition nila, okay, ibinta ko sa yung lupa ko, Goldfinger, but I will remain here in this land as workers and laborers.
Naging tenant na siya. Naging tenant
ng owner, no? So, ibig sabihin, from a first-class citizen to third-class, no? Parang ganun nangyari. I mentioned this class citizen because according to our late Mayor Agan, Vitaliano Agan, in 1950s, when they were new in Zamboanga City, they were treated second class. Basta hindi ka taga rito, tagalabas ka, you are second class. Parang ganun ba?
Yes.
But anyway, Mayor Agan became the first mayor among the second-class citizens. And he has contributed a lot of development for Zamboanga, di ba?
Yes.
Which left him a legacy that he will never be forgotten for life by the Zamboanganos. So, itong ating programa, we are not doing this for our selves at present. No? We are anticipating about the problems that we are having now. Yes, problema natin, this is not an ordinary problem. You go to the city, you can hardly drive there because of so much congestion. And the worst there is
walang parking.
No parking, but there is no parking area designated. Diba?
Yes.
If you see no parking, there must be an area where you can park.
Maraming parking area pero magbabayad ka.
At saka wala talagang parking area dito sa mga vehicles, four-wheel vehicles.
Wala nang lugar.
Wala na. Makikita mo dyan yung mga towing vehicles. Kung tutuusin mo, lahat na vehicle pupunta na matuwi kasi walang maparadahan eh.
Wala na.
So, it has created more problems with the people kasi you go to the city with your vehicle but when you arrive there, you cannot go down. You have to continuously drive because you cannot stop, you cannot park anywhere. You see? The only city in the country where there is no parking area but there are no designated areas for parking.
Yes.
So, ang solusyon dito, parang hindi tayo magdalasukan dito sa city.
Expand pa
Expand
pura.
ang development.
Oh,
Make Vitali a municipality, Curuan, Sangali, Kulyanan, Talok-Sangay, Ayala, Labuan. And our councilors now could be accommodated to several positions, no? There are
mataas.
now 16 elected councilors. We will have 8 mayors, 8 vice mayors. We will have governor. We have 3 board, 2 or 4 board members. And many other positions will be created the moment there is a province. Di ba?
Yes.
And development is faster. Let us say Sibugay. Sibugay was under Zamboanga del Sur before with 43 municipalities. I was the provincial commander in 1980s in Zamboanga del Sur. I used to visit 43 municipalities every month from the east to the west coast, from Tambulik up to Tungawan. And when Sibugay was separated as a separate province from Zamboanga del Sur, Zamboanga del Sur has further developed kasi kaunti lang lugar na sikasuhin mo eh. Instead of traveling 200 kilometers from Pagadian to Tungawan, you do not need to go there anywhere because Sibugay has its own governor. Di ba?
Yes, yes.
So, people there in Titay, in Tungawan, in Olotanga, will go to Ipil, which is nearer to just to pay their taxes and to transact business with the provincial and national officials there instead of going to Pagadian. You see the difference? So,
Yes, so
Sibugay now is properly managed, properly attended to because
may sarili silang gobernador, may
Yeah.
mga mayors yun.
they have good roads. Their barangay roads are like highways, no? Concreted.
Yes, oo.
Not
Mas maganda
like
pa sa
our,
mas maganda
barangay
pa mga
roads,
daanan dito sa atin.
Our barangay roads, after 6 months, wasak na.
Wala na, wala.
Wasak na.
Ang
Doon
layo.
kanil parang ang quality ng kanilang barangay roads doon parang national highway.
Yes, oo.
You can just imagine. Ano? So Ipil is continuously expanding. It expands towards Zamboanga City, towards Dipolog City, towards Pagadian City. And it has now so many several schools, no? Are established there. Several hotels are there. Then hospitals, mga businesses. That's why the people in Vitali do not go to Zamboanga City anymore for marketing kasi malayo at saka ang problema, parking at saka traffic. Diba?
Yes, oo.
Whereas, if they go to Ipil, malaki masyado ang karsada, ang daan. Pagdating mo sa Ipil, malaki ang parking, hindi ka pa babastusin.
Oo.
Gaya dito sa city, magparada ka dyan na hindi, walang bawal maparada eh. Bastusin ka pa ng mga law enforcers, sabi ng isang biktima. Sabihin sa'yo, gusto mo ba ipatuwing ko itong itong vehicle mo? Tatakutin ka pa. Very discourteous, arrogant. Yan ang tawag ng mga taga rito sa Zamboanga sa ating mga law enforcers. Walang disiplina ba? Kasi malaki ang kanilang problema kasi walang paradahan dito. So, pag tingin mo sa kabila, so kaliwa at kanan, may nagparada. So, puntahan mo naman. So, naging aburido yung ating mga law enforcers. Di ba?
Yes.
Aburido kasi kahit saan sila matingin may violators eh. So naging nawala yung kanilang pagka-kortesiya or pagka-simple humble supposed to be, but they become arrogant and discourteous. So if we have our local officials in the different big larger barangays, these problems will be solved kasi doon na lang sila sa kanilang municipality.
Yes, doon na lang.
At saka ang Zamboanga will continue to progress, will continue to have an interest population. It will never become, sabi natin na liliit. Laging lalaki, lalong maging progressive. So anyway, today is the Zamboanga Barangays, no? Or in short, 84th year anniversary of Barangays of Zamboanga City. We are not only celebrating the city anniversary, but barangays, because without barangays, we will have no city. So, thank you and good morning.
Okay, maraming salamat, Ronda, Colonel Rex Mirabite.
Old finger. He's the man with the widest touch.
Gracias kung Ma'am si Perez sa dinatugbungan. Ang mensahe kay Pilmi Katele ta Imbiaki, maski na programa di Ronda Sir Tony Fernando. Maski ni mauling tiene Katele mga mensahe ta Imbiaki. Mandronda ka nato el mga Ronda Boy, international reporter Ronda Nico Pabian desde Kota Kinabalu, Sabah East Malay. Elisyo komentaryo, obserbasyon, opinyon, ang pagbabago volunteer Ronda, Colonel Rex Miravite. Otong pa mga double R, Ronda Reporter, Ronda Tita Tess Espartero, Ronda ABR, Ronda April Boy Regina. Yada transmitter side, si Engineer Ray Carumba junto con Richard D. Kinastudio Alalisto Piloto Aktibo, benta pa yung si Chip Guapito, si Engineer JR Meo, junto con Dawal Papa Peter T. Paula Supervision Technical, datong Chief Tech Engineer Roland B. Roland Bailo. Amiral Enter Operación del RTN Zamboanga, TV5, CNN Philippines, también radio ya, Facebook, YouTube, International News, International Reporter pa. Aquí lo sé, na di tripolet. 1008 kHz dial de ustedes AM ba. Dating Station Manager Ronda, Mr. David Roland Ramos. El calor de la Torres es Goldfinger po lamang tabla. Muchas gracias. Muy buenas días.
Solid for news and information, public service and entertainment. This is